Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel where we do the best we can with what we got, which is season 8, episode 14 of Love Island USA. There's a good amount of the show to get into. This was a good episode as far as the drama and people being called out for their BS. Okay, so we basically it's an aftermath of all the couples chatting up from opening their letters and saying, oh, I'm happy where I'm at, what you said was nice, stuff like that. Melanie and Sincere making out, reminiscing, talking about some I miss you. Sincere said he's not going to pursue Sol anymore. He wants to be open and honest moving forward. So in that statement alone, it seems like you are admitting that you were not honest or sincere. Okay. Kenzie, Corbin chat. They're happy. Casey and Nia chat as well. They're happy. Kenzie also pulls Caleb for a chat. That man is over it. He sees how she's been moving similarly to Sincere. Matter of fact, Sincere and Kenzie get together and leave everybody else the fuck alone. Alright. Bedtime comes. Everyone is basically making out and stuff. Even Casey and Anaya. Supposedly she was a grandma. She would go roll over and go to sleep. But Anaya, this episode give Casey a little bit of the smooches. Okay? So I don't want to hear it no more. Okay? But then in the corner there, you got Jen and Gabrielle doing some extra stuff. Like, ew, Jen, like, why sloppy? Like, Gabrielle isn't serious. He's not serious. Just come on. Dang. Because that's probably what he wanted. He probably like, oh, do this. And then she went ahead and did it. Girl, you crazy? You're crazy. Next morning comes. Sincere chats with Bryce. Well, people are getting their breakfasts. The dealio. But later, Sincere chats with Bryce and Corbin, right? To basically let them know that he wants to pull Sol for a chat. I'm already like, here comes the bullshit. But no, he basically was saying he just wants to explain himself. And he also basically admits to using Sol. So Kato was actually right that one time when she was she was in confessionals and said she hopes that he's not using or he's not trying to get Melanie back by talking with Sol, because then it would be Sol that would be losing. It appears that she was correct, because during that whole Diddy challenge fiasco with Melody kissing Sincere and Corbin back to back, it seemed like he was very embarrassed and stuff like that and was trying to get back at her, and that was his way of doing so. So Kata, she clocked that. Alright, so point for Kata. Then we get Jen and Sol basically chatting about how Sincere is not sincere and he's a lying piece of shit. That's the reigning thing this season as so far. One of the reigning things this season is that Sincere is not sincere. This man be lying. A damn shame. When you get out the villa, or even before that, if he stays long enough to see what America thinks, it's not gonna be good. Then we get nosy Zach talking with Caleb to see basically what his next plans are. Zach, none your business. Okay. He does mention he asks him basically if there's anything there with Sol. Caleb. Caleb says that Sol is pretty and has a nice body, which then Zach agrees. And I'm like, Zach, never mind. And he said, Zach also said that he should pull her for a chat, or maybe Kata. So, Zach, you already tired of Kata? You trying to get rid of her already? You know what? Maybe Bryce thought, he could try and talk to Kata that one time, because he knows Zach doesn't really like her. Ooh, the drama. Sincere pulls Sol for a chat, and then she proceeds to light his ass again. Alright? She said, you're two-faced. She said, You was telling me basically you pissed on my leg. You was telling me it was raining. Basic, all of that to say the man be lying. He a liar. Also, so respectfully, you did let your guard down a little too soon with this man. Okay, we do have to mention that just a little bit there. You know, I'm sure it's probably because she's there really looking for somebody and stuff, so she kind of let her guard down, hoping for the best. But you got it. It's very telling how someone treats somebody else. You know, you don't think that you're necessarily special and it won't happen to you. It's kind of like when someone talks behind someone's back to you. Don't think they ain't talking about you too. In other scenarios, you know, like you see that he did this girl this way, he could also do it to you. You know, so I'm sure she learned her lesson because she's not like Melanie, honey. She said for me, she was like once, like twice, I'm not gonna be there for another time, and that's right. So good on you. So you learned your lesson, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. Now he does try to apologize during this conversation a little bit. Then he tried to switch it up, talking about I'm human, everyone makes mistakes. No, bitch, you deliberately lied. Okay. Jen also said this later on when she was chatting with Soul and things like that. But yeah, Jen Ben clocked him, especially when they had that challenge, and she was like, what did she say? Something, but you're not sincere. I don't know, I forgot. You may be genuine, but you're not sincere. Or what did she say for I forgot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Jen already noticed. So she really don't like sincere. I don't blame her. I'm calling him sincere now because I'm waiting to see, honey. You mess around and F up again with Melanie, Mr. Liar, the name will be back. Okay? But yeah, he do be lying. Now, good job, so for putting him in his place, honey. After all of that, she fist pumped him, and I was thinking maybe he probably picked Melanie too, because she keeps putting up with his BS. So that's probably why he keeps going back to Melanie. And they were also like the beginning couples, and he keeps saying she reminds him of home. So there's many reasons, I'm sure. But I think he probably thinks he could still win. I highly doubt it, sir. So he's trying to stay strong with his couple. This season does have like a lot of unlikable people. It's crazy. Anyway, so Sincere also pulls Melanie for a chat. I'm thinking to myself, shouldn't you have put her for a chat before to let her know that you were going to pull Soul? But instead you went to go talk to your boys, Corbin and Bryce. I guess, honey. But yeah, then they go to Soul Ties. And then Sincere talking about your bed. Melanie, call your people. Call your people. Because Sincere needs his behind beat like yesterday. Because this girl was sleeping outside in Soul Ties. And then y'all go to sit there and you want to say, your bed. And she was doing that because you hurt her feelings so much that she couldn't be in the room. Or maybe she was trying to prove a point to you, prove that she's loyal or something. I don't know. But it seemed like it was because she was saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's too soon. It's absolutely too soon. He does let her know that he pulled Soul for a chat. I'm sure she saw it as well. He said that she asked, how did it go? And he's like, she was dropping a lot of F-bombs. I thought that was funny because she was, so was cursing up a storm. I do hear sometimes too, but so was going in. Yeah, she was upset, man. She was mad. So then we're in the room now, and Zach is basically being a little intimate with his bromance with Bryce, okay, and helping and stretching him out and stuff like that. I ain't never seen Zach like that with Kata. Zach, I got one eye open with you. Kata, run. Kata, girl, run. This man is not for real. He may not even be into women for real. But I am in a stage of confusion. Okay? I don't know what is going on. But Kata, run. Because I don't like it. not seeming good. Okay. Bryce. So in the bed too, while he was stretching out Bryce, Zach was stretching out Bryce. Sincere Corbin was in there, and I was like, what's going on with these men for real? It's just confusing. And then after that stretch, I guess Bryce was feeling good. He went to go and chat with Trinity, and then proceeds to tell Trinity why he likes Trinity. And I'm like, you don't have to say it. Keep saying it. Just show it. You know, because if you like her that much, she wouldn't have to kept telling you that she wants to be more affectionate. Stupid. So it's giving, you're saying one thing and doing another. And no. Very insincere if you ask me. We also get, so Caleb does post over a chat following the advice, I guess, of Zach. And there's no connection there. Okay. Now I know later on, well, they moved to another section and they can basically now see Melanie and Sincere just making out. And I'm thinking to myself, these MFers, specifically Sincere Melanie, are toxic AF. Okay, because they know that people is looking and they being extra. But yeah, they just don't care. But also thing is, you know, them just being a little extra. Then nighttime comes, everybody's getting ready, things like that. During the night, you get Jen and Gabrielle just making out again, because that's what they said he'd be doing. No substance, okay? Bryce and Casey chat with Soul. Soul basically said she just, you know, wants somebody to want her. And later on, Casey says that he would be willing to explore Soul. Like, Anaya girl, I don't know if he likes you for real. Or maybe it's because you kept trying to push him to other episodes to explore. He's just trying to say that he would. I don't know. Anyway, we get Miss Maddox entering the villa, okay, to bring in the results from America about who their favorite couple is, okay. Ultimately, the couples left, the vulnerable ones, were Soul, Caleb, Jen, Gabrielle, and Corbin, Kenzie. Makes sense. It makes sense. I guess it's too early for Melanie and Sincere. Yeah. I remember last episode I said I would vote my favorite couple to be Kata and Zach, and that's because they haven't nothing has really been stirred up with them. It's been steady for the most part. But I'm starting to feel like and see that Zach is not really, he's just staying with Kata, one, possibly to win, and then two, until something better comes along, and either or is messed up. So I hope Kata also moves on and sees the disingenuousness with him, so she can get herself out of that, so she can no longer keep wasting her time, because I don't know what that man got going on. But yeah, so the girls and guys separate, making the Islanders have to choose who will go home for each of them. The girls get to decide the one guy to go home, and vice versa for the guys. So the guys end up choosing Soul to go home, and the girls choose Gabrielle. I agree with this. And yeah, I agree with this. He's just horny. Gabrielle is just horny, trying to get his rocks off. That's what it's giving. Okay. Yeah. Well, next episode, things do look like they're about to pop off. I am excited to see what's going on, because the guys appear to not agree with the girls' choices, or the girls' choice to have Gabrielle go home. And don't wake up the beast, Kata Beach, because Kata already, she said they about to piss me off. They're trying to piss me off too, I bet, because what do you mean? Like, it's just, what do you mean? Yeah, we understand you may like the guy, Gabrielle, and stuff like that, your friend, but who would you want to go home? Caleb? Because they seem to be close with Corbin too. I don't know. But girls, don't worry about that. You made a good choice. As far as them sending Soul home, I don't know if that was a good choice, because she would, at least give her the chance for when another bombshell comes in, or Casa or whatever, for her to be able to find somebody, because she did go out her way and try to find that, you know. And in case he said he was willing to explore her as well. So it didn't make sense in the guy's part. So if anything, the girl should be mad at y'all. Okay, so shut up. Yeah, and that was basically it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good night, morning, or afternoon, wherever, whenever you may be watching this. See you next time, and peace out.